You're locked into a lot of things you can't change. Weather, traffic. Hey, stay in your lane! Your wireless carrier's latest price hike. But you can unlock a better way. Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. Switch to the $25 a month unlimited wireless plan. No contracts, no price hikes, and you keep your phone. Stop being locked into their games. Unlock the savings at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line of payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months on the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
The hustle doesn't have to hurt. If performance pressure is making it hard to breathe, Grow Therapy helps you navigate stress, set boundaries, and actually feel like yourself again. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/start now to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Big news! Boost Mobile is now sending experts nationwide to deliver and set up customers' new phones at home or work.
Wait, we're going on tour?
Not a tour. We're delivering and setting up customers' phones so it's easier to upgrade.
Let's get in the tour bus and hit the road.
No, not a tour bus. It's a regular car we use to deliver and set up customers' phones at home or work.
Are you a groupie on this tour?
We deliver and set up phones. It's not a tour.
Oh, you're definitely a groupie.
Introducing Store to Door. Switch and get a new device with expert setup and delivery wherever you're at.
Delivery available for select devices purchased at boostmobile.com.
Welcome to the Neurodivergent Experience podcast, a podcast where we share the lived experiences of neurodivergent people to help create a better understanding for our community.
Join us every week as we bring you honest, raw, and inspiring conversations with specialists, advocates, and individuals who know exactly what it's like to live the neurodivergent experience.
I'm Jordan James, a neurodivergent specialist, father of neurodivergent children, husband to a neurodivergent wife, and author of The Autistic Experience, and I'm joined by my best friend.
I'm Simon Scott. I'm an autistic ADHD broadcaster, actor, and advocate. Join us as we journey into unravelling the neurodivergent experience.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Scotty, how you doing?
Hello, I'm here. Yeah, no, I'm good. It's funny, I was literally just saying off air, I've been away and come back to work and done work this week, and I've done like a little bit of socialising over the 2 days of Mother's Day that's been in the UK this past weekend, and I'm shattered. Just completely takes it out of me. Cream crackered, knackered. Yeah, no, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. It's it feels like spring's on its way here, and for our American listeners, I know that you guys have like crazy storms and goddamn hurricane tornadoes, twisters, but we have just had the worst like grey winter, and the sun has been out for like 2 days in a row now, and I feel a little bit healed. Yeah, it's a bit like Superman when he steps out after he's been beaten the crap out of, and then he just absorbs all the sun, and it just regenerates him. That was me on my walk this morning. Yeah. I've actually been short-tempered recently, not losing my temper, but just very snappy, irritable. Yeah, very, very irritable, and some interesting things about myself that I didn't understand previously have come to light. And and what was really interesting about it is when I was doing the research of like, okay, why is this happening? I found out that it's a form of self-regulation. It is a form of stimming where I can't keep something in my head and it just comes out of my head. So it's not like Tourette's, like John Davison has, where it's like his brain will go to the worst thing possible and it just comes out inadvertently.
Mine is that I'm actually thinking something, but it's not something that I should probably say because it's an inappropriate thing, or it's the wrong moment, or it's just not particularly friendly. And then it just comes out. And I know that a lot of people are thinking, yeah, everyone does that. And it's true. But there's a reason that neurodivergent people are doing it. And it is a form of stimming. So before we get on to that, that I thought we'll start by just generally talking about stimming, because I think that it is something that's still very, very misunderstood. It's not quite as interesting as the Iran war is at the moment, but I'm ignoring that because I can't deal with it. So
yeah, don't blame you. I turned on at Sky News the other day and I just went, nope, we're not doing that tonight.
Nope.
Put The Simpsons on instead.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm going to watch the new dinosaur show on Netflix.
Oh, it looks good, doesn't it? I've saved that. Good. I've earmarked that. I was like,
yeah, I'm 2 episodes in out of 4, and I'm feeling very neurodivergent, and I'm like,
I've also, I was a little bit like that the other night. I was like, shall I watch the new Louis Theroux Manosphere, or shall I watch the wrestling? Wrestling it was.
Oh no, I watched the Manosphere. Oh god, I
haven't watched it yet. Is it good, or?
It's not as good as I was hoping. I don't think he goes. He does the very Louis Theroux thing where he kind of just says a few things and then sits back and lets everyone else do the talking. But I was watching, going, I've got so many questions that I'd be asking them. I'd be grilling them. I'd be picking apart every little thing they said, and I would make them realize how fucking stupid they are. But he doesn't do that. He kind of just plays nice.
Yeah.
But they see through it. Like it's not as good as when he used to do it, when people didn't realize what he was all about.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing about being an interviewer, is when people learn your style and your game, they counteract it. Because his whole method is, if they're going to make a mistake, let them. Sort of eases them in, and he's like, oh, I'm just a bumbling British guy, there's nothing to see here, and then he just lets everyone make fools of themselves, and then that's when he would pick at it.
Yeah.
But people are a lot more guarded with him now, I imagine.
And it's nothing that I haven't seen from the Manosphere. It's like I know exactly what it is. So it's almost, he's kind of going into it like, and it's like, well, this would have been really helpful 3 years ago. So it was okay. But it wasn't sensational or mind-blowing in any way whatsoever. It was just, well, that was a thing that happened, which is disappointing.
How did we get
here? ADHD, my friend. So stimming.
Welcome back.
Stimming, well, short for self-stimulation, stimulatory behaviour. Stimulation? Wait, it's stimulation. It refers to like repetitive physical movements, sound, words, and behaviours that stimulate the senses, basically. It is a common thing for like most people, but it's more pronounced, and it acts more like a coping mechanism for, us ND folk. So it's like used to regulate, emotions, manage anxiety, sensory overload, and also express joy. So it's very, very much a huge part of the neurodivergent experience, because a lot of us can't express things verbally, or don't express things verbally well. So we end up stimming in a way to express ourselves, but people don't speak stim. So maybe we can try and help them speak stim.
Yeah, we'll try.
Yeah, I mean, there's different forms of stimming. There's visual, auditory, tactile, vestibule like movement, and oral, which is like in my research, it's like chewing pens, biting lips, or chewing on clothes. I'm like, yep, that's me. Movement, rocking, pacing, jumping.
Yeah, I was just about to say, looking at all of these, which one of these are yours? Like, because one of the things that I'm sort of processing, and even though listeners will know if you've been with us right from the start, hello, I am quite far along in my journey of figuring out who I am as a neurodivergent person, and I still am constantly surprised when I get new reading or new information. And sometimes I don't even realize 90% of what I do is a stim. So what are yours? And then I'll show you mine.
Yeah. Well, should we go through the different forms,
Yeah,
and
let's
then
do
we
that.
can be like, okay, well that's what I do. So visual, so it's staring at objects, flickering fingers, lining up items, spinning objects. So I'm very much a fidget spinner
Yeah.
person. I mentioned the other day that in my training that I was doing, I had a stim toy. I constantly need a stim toy. It does help regulate me, and it helps me concentrate. So when I'm actually stimming using my toy, it looks like I'm not paying attention, but it actually is the reason I'm paying attention. So what about you?
So I didn't realize how often I just stare at things. Like, I will be having a conversation with somebody, and as an example, my darling will often find certain moments to, like, she's very sweet in that she'll be very quiet when she comes home, and then randomly will just be sat silent, and she'll start her conversation midway through. It's like she's already had half of it in her head, and I just have to catch up. And a lot of the time, I want to listen, but my brain sometimes won't let me. But I find if I stare at something in the distance, I can. So there have been times where we've been doing this podcast and I've been listening to you, and rather than looking at the screen or giving you direct eye contact, my brain or my eye specifically will just it will just be drawn to something, and I'll just be able to just stare at it. And I feel like I can process listening and take information in if my brain isn't putting energy into looking at something. So it's like it almost like goes into like a screensaver mode, and I can just look at something for a little bit, and it's like boom, the screen goes blank. I'm logged in, but there's not a lot going on. But it means that I'm able to listen better. It's like what you were talking about with your training the other week, where you were like, not everybody is listens by looking, and I'm very much in that category. But I didn't think that was a stim. I used to line things up. I still have, like, everything has its place, even though it's all chaos. Everything has its place. I am very prone to aligning things. Like, even now, I always imagined this was an OCD thing, but I'm looking at my mixing desk. It's not straight, so I'm just gonna line it up. I was
literally about to mention that is before I, started doing all the research into neurodivergence and became a specialist. I absolutely would tell people that me lining things up or neatening things, it's like if there was like paperwork on the desk at work, I would have to make sure that it was straight and symmetrical. And it's like when I got one tattoo on one side of my body, I had to make sure that I got another tattoo on, and I still do it now. It makes me mad in my head that I have a tattoo on my right shoulder, but not one on my left shoulder, and that I have a tattoo on my right leg, and I can't get the one on my left leg until September.
Oh, I have a sleeve on my left arm, and every time I look at my right arm, I'm like, why did you do this to yourself? I keep looking at my arm, and I'm like, must fill, but then I have that thing where I go, but do I want to spend the money on that? I do, but my brain won't let me. So
I too thought that was OCD, and then now I realize it isn't OCD. It is a stim. It is a relaxation method of creating a control around your environment, because we are so out of control so often. We try and create as much control as possible in order to expand our circle of control.
Oh, the more you know, eh?
I really like that idea, because the circle of control is such a helpful tool for me to not get overwhelmed by things that I cannot I cannot stop.
Yeah, no,
I can talk about
very
them,
important.
but I can't stop them. I can't stop anything that Trump is doing. I can't stop that. It is out of the circle. I can talk about it, but I can't stop it. So I'm not gonna get upset by it, because I can't do anything about it, because then it just harms me, and it harms the people around me, and that's more important, that I look after myself by taking myself away from that situation, and that just goes for anything that I'm involved in. But what I can control is the cushions on my settee, and that they're nice and neat. I can control, what coffee cup I use and things like that. So
this is something to think about then. When you have your special interest cabinet with all your pop figures in, does lining them up and putting them in an order and setting them up, that's obviously a huge stim for you then?
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's like literally just gives you a little tism boner, does it? You're like, oh.
Tism boner. Yes, it does.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
It's my turn-onism.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so now moving
Next.
on. Now we've got auditory. Like humming, echoing phrases, which is echolalia, or making, singing or listening to noises on repeat.
This is me.
So
this is me big time.
Sing stimming is something that Sophie does a lot, and I really hate it because she starts a song. We've talked about this with Karis as well. She'll sing like a part of a song, but not the full song, and then my control kicks in. I'm like, sing the whole song. And it reminds me of that scene in South Park where Cartman's doing the I'm sailing away.
Yeah.
And like the kids keep starting it, but every time he hears it, he has to sing the whole song. Otherwise he goes mad. Or the thing with Sheldon where he has to knock 3 times. People were like, oh, that's OCD. It's not. It's a stim. Him knocking 3 times this is in the Big Bang Theory, if anyone's wondering. He has to knock 3 times every time he goes into a room, and that is his stim. That is his way of like building up the confidence.
Feeling comfortable to do so. Yeah. I mean, singing in our house is just constant. Like we constantly sing to the dog. Like I have got so many songs. Like she'll just be walking into a room and I'll just go, "Eepy baby, sleepy baby, on the beanbag, on the sofa, she's a sleepy doggy." Like I have so many songs for the dog. Like so
and
many.
Yet
songs
no more songs
for
for the Hot Topic. Unbelievable.
I know.
I ran out of Hot Topic songs
Maybe
he's singing to his dog.
They're all into the dog. But yeah, I echo phrases constantly. Like Karis and I, a bit of like pop culture echolalia machines. We're just constantly doing it. We will have whole conversations in echolalias sometimes. It's like one of the ones that's crept into mine. And when I'm really tired and I go a bit non-verbal, I do get a bit like I can have a whole conversation with just a grunt. And one of the ones that's crept in for mine is Karis's one of her special interests is Wicked, the musical. I have seen both of those films over 10 times each. And Ariana Grande has this voice that she does where she's like, yeah. And that has become one of mine, where Karis will ask me a question. She'll go, "Do you want to do that?" And I'll just go, yeah. But it feels so good. It feels like a toffee in my mouth every time I say it. It's just like,
Literally.
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
just
exactly.
me.
That's, I mean, because obviously a lot of people thinking echolalia, it is actually how every human starts to verbalize, but it just sticks with us because of that reduction in synaptic pruning, that we've still got those pathways from when we're an infant. So we continue using that as a form of communication. We learn other forms of communication, or some of us do and some of us don't. I've learned other forms of communication, like, flipping someone the bird when they piss me off. And even saying that, I was like, piss me off, because I've got to do a Cartman voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does feel good, and it makes me happy. Like every time anybody in my house farts, I do the Terence and Phillip laugh of every single you farted, Terence.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's how good it feels.
It does.
It just feels so good. I mean, even now, every fibre of my being is trying to stop me doing "in the ghetto on a cold and gray Chicago morning, and every baby child is burning to get you." Like I had to let that out, otherwise I cannot throw to a break, which we're about to go to.
Right, yeah. Let's have a break, and then we'll get on to the next one.
The hustle doesn't have to hurt. If performance pressure is making it hard to breathe, Growth Therapy helps you navigate stress, set boundaries, and actually feel like yourself again. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/start now to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Have you ever felt stuck in patterns that don't serve you? Struggled with stress or wanted to connect more deeply with yourself? Then I have to introduce you to a friend of the podcast, Ashley Bentley of Integrated Coaching, Breathwork and Hypnotherapy. Ashley is a highly experienced clinical hypnotherapist and coach specializing in working with neurodivergent minds. Through a unique blend of integrative coaching, breathwork and hypnotherapy, Ashley helps people rewire subconscious patterns, regulate their nervous systems, and step into more empowered versions of themselves. Whether you're dealing with addiction, anxiety, burnout, or struggles with self-acceptance, Ashley offers practical and science-backed tools tailored just for you. Her unique methods combine neuroscience, storytelling, and subconscious transformation to create real, lasting change. Jordan and I can personally attest to the profound and transformative effects of her sessions, which have been life-changing. She does all of these sessions online, meaning she can work with you no matter where you are in the world. If you're ready to break free from old patterns and start living with more clarity, confidence, and connection, go to bit.ly/AshleyNDE to book a free consultation or learn more. Welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. We've been stimming in the break. I don't know about you. Auditory stims they're my jam. But tactile stims, Jordan, I was thinking about this before we recorded this episode, as we were discussing over the past day or two what we were going to be talking about next. Oh, I didn't realise I do this as much as I do. I'm doing it now as we speak because my hand is on my chin, touching my little beard.
Yeah, rubbing skin, scratching, hair twirling or tapping. I mean, literally, like my foot is just...
Yeah, my fingers are tapping. My index fingers are tip-tap-tapping as we speak.
Yeah, it was a guy at my work, definitely neurodivergent, just didn't realise it. But he would sit there with a pen and he would tap the pen, and then that would drive me insane because of my sensory issues, and I'll be like,
we can activate each other for good and bad.
Oh yes, and I will be getting onto that soon of why we're doing this episode and what went down. But I'm gonna save that for a bit later.
Yeah, hang on,
people.
Hang with us,
and I'll tell you about how terrible I am to my daughter at times. So yeah, rubbing skin, beards. Apparently rubbing a beard. It was really interesting. I was doing like anti-terrorist training, like how to spot. Don't support them.
I'm not editing that out. That's a top tier.
Yeah, how to support terrorism. Don't do that. That's bad. How to spot a potential threatening person in it, like terrorist or thug or whatever. And apparently, like if you talk to them, and you know they're doing reconnaissance for you civilians out there. Apparently, like when you talk to someone and a male, obviously, or a female with a beard, who knows, and they're rubbing their beard, and that is a sign that somebody is nervous. And I'm like, right, so like this is what I mean. It's like everybody stims. But it's just we do it a lot more. It's like everything. Everyone's like, oh, but everyone does that. And it's like, yeah, everybody does do that. But neurodivergent people do it a lot more, and it's a lot more intense for us.
It can be. I mean, I'm constantly scratching my head and like playing with my hair. And even now I'm doing it now because I'm talking about it. I had to. Like, would you put like bone cracking?
Yeah,
under this as well.
I crack my neck constantly.
Yeah, same.
It is an absolute stim. It is definitely a stim.
Because when it like goes off in my neck, because I have it in my hands and my knuckles and even like my ankles sometimes. When that pop goes off, it's like a stone hitting a pool. It just like goes, whoo. Because I look at my dad, right, and this is something I was thinking about with this tactile stimming. My dad does not have the hairline that I have, bless him. I have been blessed with the beautiful Italian side of my family's genetics. My dad, not so much. And he is he rubs his crown of his hair. So like the corners of his widow's peak, which is now at what we call the M of Doom, because when he frowns, his whole forehead looks like the VW badge with his hairline. Bless him.
So mean.
But it's true. Well, he gives it as good as he gets. But he rubs his hairline and has done. And I wonder if he's stimmed that much that he's receded his own hairline, because that is one of his stims, and he will get his bottom lip and rub it on the stubble of his chin like that. And it does my mum's head in. But it's only when he's at home and he's chill and he's just sat watching TV or golf, and he'll just like do this little thing with his lip, or he'll rub his head. Trying to get like 3 wishes, maybe. I don't know.
Do you ever go up and rub his head for him?
Oh, I've done it loads of times. Absolutely loads of times. Yeah.
Give him a little kiss.
Bless him. Yeah, I know, yeah. Do all of that.
But yeah, like I definitely do. I don't do hair twirling. I'm just assuming that the beard rubbing is the male version, or the masculine version, and the feminine version is the hair twirling.
Well, one of the things that I have, which is a little bit different, because I'm still a punk rock kid at heart, I have a nose ring, and I have an earring letting people behind the mask of the obliviousness of radio, I suppose. But I have a nose ring, and I will twirl that sucker all the time.
Yeah, but that comes under visual twirling.
Is that
spinning objects?
Am I jumping ahead?
But no, I mean we've already did it. We already did
cool.
visual spinning objects. Like I use a fidget spinner, but I do that to my ring. So I will use my little finger and my middle finger to twirl my wedding
that's very
ring
satisfying.
Around on itself. But I also take the wedding ring off, which is just dumb because I've actually lost a wedding ring in the past to do it, and I'll spin it around between my thumb and my middle finger. I'll spin
like
it
a
around
poke chip.
Yeah, literally. And I will play with my wedding ring a lot.
I didn't imagine that. Wow. Well, the more you know, listeners. I just learned something about myself.
Yeah. Vestibular movement. So rocking, pacing, jumping, spinning your body.
Which ones of these are you?
I definitely rock.
Yeah, me too.
I do sit there and I do shift and move and it's very, very difficult to keep me still. I think I definitely pace, especially when I'm on the phone. If I'm on the phone, I'm talking, I can't sit still. I have to walk around up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like every time I call you, I think I literally just put my headphones on and I go for a walk because I know it's going to be like, we can talk for like hour to 2 hours just chatting away.
When I'm on the phone with you, dude, and Caris is at home, she goes around closing doors to stop me going into different rooms. I kid you not. Like, I will go upstairs, I will go downstairs, I'll go in the garden, and to the point of she's like, take your flip-flops off because the squeak is doing my head in. Because I'll have headphones on as well, so she can't hear the conversation I'm having. She just hears me talking to myself, wandering around, like going. So I get why that's annoying.
Yeah, I used to spin, but in they didn't put dancing in the notes in the research that I did.
For sure.
But dancing is definitely a stim. Not all dancing. Not every dancer is autistic. But not every autistic is a dancer. But dancing is a form of stimming because it does feel good.
Feels great, doesn't it?
It does. I'm okay. I'm what I like to call a professional dad dancer. I've been dad dancing since I was about 10 years old. Brilliant. I didn't realise what I was doing, which was actually just copying my dad. and is dancing.
You just do it, just nothing else moves but the arms.
Are you meant to move your legs? Is that?
Yeah, apparently both are meant to go at the same. I can only do one or the other. I can do my legs, or I can do my arms. I can't do both.
I'm more like legs, but nowadays because my back's gone, now I'm more like with the arms.
See, my instinct is to just hula hoop. Like I'm all hips, I'm all snake hips. It's like, oh, that's where everything sort of.
Right,
if I can't, come on now. But if my arms can't move, but my legs can, and my legs can't move, then I just like stand on the spot and I just like.
I went to see a Beatles tribute band with Sylvia in January, and most of the people in the audience were of a grayer age, mature, very, very mature, and I think I was one of the youngest people in there, and I'm 44. Most people just sitting, and Beatles music is you want to dance to it, man. It's such good music, and I couldn't help. I stood up, and I was dancing in like this like packed seat, and I was stimming away, and I was jumping, and they were singing the let's twist again, and I was twisting, and I was doing. I regretted it in the morning.
Oh yeah, I bet. It's all the older folk are watching you going, he'll learn.
Yeah, he'll understand why we don't move much. But I couldn't help it. But the thing is that you have that thing of like, no one else is doing it. So do I want to be the only person that does it? And I think that is what I love about being such an unmasked neurodivergent person is that I will be the first person to get up and just be like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, your ability to not give a shit is wild. I don't know how you do it. It's a gift and a curse for those around you, I suppose, but
I don't give a shit. But the thing is that I've never given a shit. I've always just been me. And I think, so when it came to suddenly unmasking, and I mean, there were, obviously when I was bullied and stuff, there were a lot of stims that I would suppress, which we can talk about later. But I, as an adult, because obviously when I was really badly bullied, I then stood up to those bullies and I fought back, and I got into a lot of fights and I became very violent. But in a weird way, after I sort of stopped doing that, I had the confidence of like, I know I can really hurt people. So I'm actually not scared of people anymore. I in my training as a doorman, in security training, in anti-terrorist training, in disarming training, how to suppress people, how to stop people from being able to grab you and stuff like that. I can't remember what the bloody training is.
Self-defense?
Yeah, it is a form of self-defense, but you don't ever hurt anyone. You can just...
like judo, you just throw them.
No, you could just grab them and then you twist them around and...
Submission training.
Yeah, something like that. But it gave me the confidence to be able to deal with people. And nowadays I'm not fearful of just being myself. But I am aware of, there are certain things that you can't do, especially in workplaces, because they are deemed unprofessional.
Yeah.
So I have to figure these things out for myself as I go. But the fact is now you if I want to do something, there ain't a person alive that's going to stop me. I'm just going to be me, baby. One more before we go to the break is oral, chewing pens, biting lips, or chewing on clothing, like I said earlier. So I used to chew my clothes a lot. Like they were soaking wet.
Well, like your collar, just like...
Yeah. Bottom of a t-shirt, I'd grab it.
Okay.
Have a little munch on it.
I think I used to do this. I haven't done it for a long time though.
But I suppose biting nails as well is it's not just biting lips, but biting nails is a big one. I know that a lot of neurodivergent people bite their nails but it's actually a problem.
Yeah, I know quite a few people that are really heavy on the nail biting and have to be careful.
Well, Sophie's main stim when she was younger was sucking her thumb, and it became a serious issue, and it actually affected the way her teeth grew, to the fact that she's now had to have corrective linings put on her teeth to get them to be straight. She didn't have to do it. There was nothing wrong.
It's an aesthetic thing, yeah.
But she always hated the fact that if she closed her mouth, she'd literally have a gap in
where her thumb was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
I've known thumb suckers.
Yeah. Thumb sucking is terrible, by the way. Just it's not as in terrible as in you shouldn't do it, as in terrible for your growth.
I know people as well. It's been more AFAB people, but it's long hair. I've seen loads of people that chew their hair. Loads of people that chew their hair. Like they'll pull it from them around their head, like over their lip, into their mouth. They'll suck on their hair. They'll like pull it. Caris is a sideburn twizzler. She'll really like get on it and like boink, boink, boink. She does that. I will be honest though. I do not know anybody who is a lip biter like I am. I am constantly screwing up my face to the point of my teeth at the bottom are crooked because I bite my lip so much. All the inside of my mouth is covered in scar tissue because I'm constantly biting the inside, cutting it open. I've constantly got split lips because I'm always scrunching my face up and biting my lip. Like even now when I'm talking to you, I'm finding it really hard not to keep my lip out, to keep my lip out of my mouth. Yeah,
I don't bite my lip. What I do is I push my tongue against my lip and my tooth. So I like flick my lip off my teeth using my tongue. No one is going to understand what the hell I'm saying. But essentially I'm biting my lip, but using my tongue and my tooth rather than my upper teeth and my lower teeth. Anyway, that was fun to try and explain that. My brain exploded. I bite myself. I bite my arms, and that is definitely like a form of self-harm, but it is a stim. It's a harmful stim. And I do it to suppress my anger, but also to punish myself because I did something wrong. So because I was physically abused when I was a kid, when I did things wrong, I then physically harm myself as like a reflex. It's something that doesn't matter how much therapy I have, dude, I cannot get rid of it.
It's your DNA.
It is just in me. I cannot get rid of it. And I've tried buying like toys to bite. Like literally I bought a chew toy that, for babies, a teething ring. And when I bite on that, I can't do that because I have a really fucking terrible gag reflex. So anything that I put in my mouth like that and I bite on it, even thinking about biting makes me go, oh.
Yeah, that's why I have so much chewing gum, dude.
Yeah. Chewing gum, actually, I don't get the gag reflex, but if I bite any like rings or, oh dude, sometimes when I accidentally bite a fork, I want to die. I want to die. Biting metal might be the absolute worst thing in the world ever.
I'm going to throw to a break here, but I'm going to end this section with listeners all gipping and going, ooh, Cantona. Have you ever bitten into the wooden bit of an ice lolly?
I don't mind that.
Oh, well, I do. So we're going to go to a break so I can go and be a bit sick.
Okay, then. Bye.
Mom, Dad, I'm not throwing shade, but the whole New Year's resolution thing, kind of slipping, no offense. Anyway, my best friend Jenny's dad, crushing it. He uses Blue Apron. He says he ordered one-pan assemble and bake meals and these things called meal kits. They're all super easy to make. He keeps yelling, protein and fiber, baby. Also, the food, we tried it. So good. So maybe you check it out or whatever. Blue Apron. Get $50 off your first 2 orders plus free shipping with code STIR50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
The hustle doesn't have to hurt. If performance pressure is making it hard to breathe, Grow Therapy helps you navigate stress, set boundaries, and actually feel like yourself again. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/start now to get started. That's growtherapy.com/start now. growtherapy.com/start now. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Welcome back to the Neurodivergent Experience. I had to go and stand up and have a shake after discussing biting into... Anyway, you were leading on just before we made half the audience skip there, my friend, and you were discussing harmful stims, and you were discussing biting yourself, but there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I think definitely trauma brings on harmful stims. It's not always. There's not enough research into harmful stims. I think it's more just people going, oh, that's a harmful stim, so it must be autism. That's kind of the vibe I get when I look into it, but I'm a little bit more of a deep diver, and especially about myself. And I'm like, okay, so why am I doing this thing? You know, I need to know, because I've tried to stop the biting. I really have. And I do it a lot less. And what I actually did, and this is really helpful, because the teething ring was a bit gaggy, I actually have a very, very small cuddly toy bumblebee that I got from a National Trust property. And I bite that.
Oh, okay.
And
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So I actually bite that, and that doesn't. So if I remember, and I've got it sitting next to me, especially playing video games, if I remember, I would just bite the head of my poor little bumblebee, who has now seen the inside of my mouth way too many times.
Bless him.
But the thing is, I can do things about it. And if I can do things about that, I can do things about other harmful stims that I do. So that's what I've been trying to work on. So this harmful stim happened, but I'm going to explain it before I explain how it happened. So in my research, it says when autistic individuals verbalize internal thoughts, phrases, or a monologue uncontrollably, often saying things they don't consciously mean to say, it is commonly referred to as a vocal self-talk, a form of stimming, or sometimes palilalia, repetition of one's own words or thoughts. This behavior functions as a way to regulate sensory overload, process information, and manage anxiety. Now, this is how this happened. So, like I said, I've been very tetchy lately, very on edge, kind of feeling like it's a mini meltdown, but it hasn't popped into a big one.
It's like a slow burn.
Yeah, because I don't really have those anymore. I have worked on them with Ashley. She's amazing. I have worked on them with her. And they don't really happen that often, but I'm still getting annoyed, and that had gone away, and now it's back, and I'm like, what's going on? And I've been working ever since I come back from New Zealand. I have been working so much. I've been doing so many shifts. I have been communicating with so many people, trying to get guests and things like that for the podcast, and it's very, very difficult. And I've been dealing with a lot. And I haven't had any sessions with Ashley. That is booked for the end of the month. So I'm just trying to get through it. So Sylvia and I went for a really nice walk on Mother's Day morning. Sorry, not Mother's Day, on Saturday. And we went for a lovely walk. It was really, really nice to get out of the house, and I was feeling really, really good. Now, on that walk, we were talking about Mother's Day and the fact that I've never ever bought her flowers. I bought her flowers one time in our relationship, and she looked at them and went, "What is the point? You've just killed flowers." And I'm like, how the hell did I not know you were autistic earlier?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've just bought her chocolates. She loves chocolates. Or I will buy her extravagant gifts. Like this year, I decided to buy her a brand new DeLonghi coffee machine because the old one's a bit naff. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah,
I'm drinking the coffee
machines
right now.
multiple.
Yeah, Really, really nice coffee machine. So that's her Mother's Day / early birthday present. Now, on this walk, we talked about Sylvia's dislike for flowers, and the kids always buy her flowers. And she was going on about last year, they spent loads of money on a massive bouquet, and she is not confrontational like me, because I'd have turned around and gone, I love them, but maybe next time don't get them. She won't ever do that. But it's in my head. It's in my head, Sylvia doesn't like flowers. That's just sitting there in my head. We come home, half an hour's gone by. Sophie comes back from shops. She's carrying flowers. Now she comes through our hallway, which you cannot see from the kitchen. Sylvia's in the kitchen, but where I'm standing in the living room, I can see Sophie holding the flowers and I can see Sylvia in the kitchen. So I've got eyes on both, but they can't see each other. And I look at Sophie, and Sylvia's not hearing this. And I went, Mummy doesn't like flowers.
Oh, no.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
I know.
I know it's not your fault, but it's also like it's not their fault.
It's definitely not Sophie's fault. It isn't my fault. And I don't know how it came out. But it didn't matter, because it wasn't about how I said it. It was what I said.
Yeah.
And then she's like, what do you mean? I always buy her flowers. And I'm like, yeah, no, she doesn't like flowers. And I'm like, why is this happening?
Just keep talking, brain.
I don't want to say this. I don't want to break her little heart. I know that she's very, very sensitive to this sort of thing. She's gone out of her way to buy. I know all this. So many
listeners are just hearing you dig a hole. I know all this.
And my brain is like, I'm just going to keep fucking talking. And then I just go, babe, you don't like flowers, do you?
Oh, no, don't bring Sylvia into it.
And then Sophie peers round the corner and she's like, Mama, do you not like flowers? And Sylvia, who doesn't know Sophie's bought her flowers because she hasn't seen them, probably thinking, I better tell her now so she doesn't buy me a massive bouquet again.
Oh, no.
She's like, no, I don't really like flowers. I think they look pretty, but I don't see the point in them. I think they're a waste of money. She's being very, very autistic. I'm that about cards. I don't see the point in birthday cards and things like that.
I don't do cards.
I also don't see the point in wrapping things when you've got those little like happy birthday bags or gift bags. Though I think they're baby.
My dyspraxia won't let me wrap presents. I've tried.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
Sylvie's really good at it.
Enjoy the duct tape.
Yeah, I'll just put it in a bag and throw it. It's like Amazon wrapped it for me in this brown bag. Have this.
There's even a return sheet in case you don't like it.
Yeah. And the cost. There you go.
Yes, there you go.
And Sylvia's just said that, and then Sophie has just put the flowers on the stairs and just walked up the stairs and gone.
Oh no!
And in that moment, instead of me saying, "Oh, that was dumb," what? I'm really sorry, or just I doubled down and I started projecting, and my hatred of myself in that moment just spilled out onto her, and I said, why are you acting like this? You're overreacting. You don't need to do that. Why are you storming off? And, we're just telling you the truth. And I was trying to justify all sorts of fucking nonsense. And I was wrong. 100% I was wrong. She came down later. We had a whole discussion that took over an hour. And again, I was so tired, dude, because I've been working nights. And when I come, obviously I work all night long and then I come home and I'm meant to sleep, but I only get like 3 hours sleep.
Ouch.
And then I have to work the next night.
Ugh.
And that doesn't always happen, but it's happening more and more lately because we've got such a full house. We got Chris living with us.
And
Katie
the lights changing as well.
The lights changing. So basically I've got 4 kids, 2 dogs, a cat, and me and Sylvia all living in... It's not a big house. It's not small.
It's a lot of tism for that square footage.
It's not a massive house. And everyone in here is autistic, even the dogs. we know about the bloody cat.
Yeah, the cat's
because all cats are autistic. So it's a house of neurodivergence, and everyone's neurodivergence is annoying everyone else's neurodivergence. Chris's dyspraxia keeps breaking plates. But because I'm not blaming Chris, I'm blaming his dyspraxia. That's what I'm blaming.
Totally
I'm not blaming Chris. But it's just like everything. So that's my reason. I don't want to use it as an excuse because it was really shitty. And I apologize for it. And when I went to work, I sent her a message apologizing. But I was like, why did that happen? I know it happens. I don't have an inner monologue some days and I just blurt shit out, not in a Tourette's way, but in a, oh, I want to say this to you, but being a nice human, I don't want to say that thing to you, so I'm not going to say it. And then I say it. And I'm like, oh my God.
It's like you're just possessed. It just comes out. Yeah.
It's the truth. Sylvia doesn't like flowers. She shouldn't have bought her flowers. Those flowers won't be well received. But I don't need to say that. It is a verbal stim. Because of my tiredness, because of my anxiety, because of sensory overload and processing difficulties, it just comes out. Sophie's sweet as anything because she knows that. So she said, look, I know that you didn't mean what you said. I know that you weren't supposed to say it. And I know that it is your neurodivergence is the reason you said it, but it still hurt, which is why instead of having a go at you, instead of getting upset and screaming at you, I went upstairs to have a little cry because I was sad.
It's very mature of her.
Yeah, and I was super immature because I saw her disappearing from the situation. I was annoyed because I'd made her do that. And then rather than blaming me for making her do that, I blamed her for doing that. And dude, 3 hours sleep's not enough. It's just not.
It's not, dude.
It's
your
not
tolerance
enough.
is going to be paper thin.
And
it's hard.
You know, I only slept 3 hours a day because Sylvia was off and I wanted to spend the day with her and I wanted to enjoy the day. And I do feel like sleep is a waste of time. I know we've been over this and we will do another episode on self-regulation, but I was not regulated at all. But that is my story. That's why I wanted to do this. And people out there, you know, this will happen. And when that does happen, especially when a kid, especially a teenager, when the amygdala isn't connected to the frontal lobe, as you know, do your research, especially when synaptic pruning is happening and the brain is not functioning properly, especially when they're tired and overwhelmed and they've got school and they've got exams, teenagers will say shit to you and they don't mean it. They will tell you they hate you. They will tell you that they wish that they were never born. They will tell you that they never loved you.
You're not my dad.
Yeah, and some of it might be justified. I wish I'd told my parents a lot more of that. But if you're out there and you're a good, loving parent like me, and your kid has said nasty things to you, and you've said nasty things to your kid, because you also probably are neurodivergent if your kid is, there is a reason behind it. And understanding there's a reason behind it actually helps me stop doing it. Because it doesn't mean that I'm never going to do it again. And Sophie knows that. But when I do it, after, when she went upstairs, that's when I go, oh, that was a verbal stim. That hurt her feelings. I'm not going to get annoyed that she now needs to go and process those feelings. So I'm not promising myself that me saying Sylvia doesn't like flowers, that might happen again. But my reaction to her reaction will now be different because I know.
And that's a great lesson for all listeners. I know I was scrunching my face up listening to that story because I was just like, oh, it's not good. But what you've given a great example of there is understanding yourself helps you understand those in your family and your closer circle that are neurodivergent better. And it helps separate the hurt that it's caused from what you've done, because you couldn't help that had happened because of the many compounding circumstances of your low tolerance, and that intersected with Sophie's. And you can't help what happens, but having the knowledge and the words and the patience of understanding yourself helps when afterwards Sophie came downstairs and you had a conversation. You could actually have a conversation, and it's not tit for tat, and it's personal. It's trying to find an understanding and learning about your significant others, and it does help heal. It helps improve things and move things forward. So I'm interested to know, listeners, how do you stim? Is any of this suddenly been a big light bulb moment for you going, wow, I did not know that was a stim? I would love to hear your opinions. You can get in the comments on Spotify or on Jordan's posts on the Jordan James, the autistic photographer, on Facebook. And we will be back with you for our hot topic tomorrow. And what we'll be talking about. I'll give
Trump's
you 3
a
guesses.
dick again.
Yeah, Trump's a dick again. We're running it back. But if any of the things that we've discussed or the news story we're about to discuss in our feed tomorrow is giving you any stress, hit up Ashley. She is an incredible person to work with. And listen to her show, Mindful Mondays, right here on the Neurodivergent Experience. Start your week with purpose. I might be doing the same because at the moment, I'm very tired, I'm very unregulated, and I'm stimming. They're out of control, man. They're out of control. Be kind, be safe out there. Be tolerable if you can. Bye, everyone.
Nightly bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Neurodivergent Experience. We hope today's episode sparked something for you, whether it's a new idea, a bit of validation, or just a moment of connection. Remember, new episodes are every week, so be sure to join us for the next one for more conversations and insights into the neurodivergent experience. If you've enjoyed this podcast, help us grow. You can do that by rating and reviewing this show. Your support makes a huge difference in helping us reach more people who could benefit from these conversations. You can connect with us on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Just search for the Neurodivergent Experience. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, take care of yourself. You're not alone in this journey.